Welcome to a new edition of Fresh Health. I am here with co-owner Andrea of Brew. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thanks for being here.
So we are here in this cool little cafe. It's got some history. So first of all, I want to know what inspired you to open Brew and to pick this spot?
Sure. Well, my husband and I are naturopathic doctors, and our clinic is actually next door. And food medicine is really the foundation of how we practice naturopathy. And over the years, we just found a lack of availability of really cool, funky places for families to go and get healthy treats.
Right.
So we moved our clinic last year from 17th Avenue to Ramsey, and there was this cute little spot available next door to the clinic, and we thought, we have to do something with this. So it actually has historical status as an ice cream shop. People who know the Ramsey area have known that this corner has offered ice cream since the 50s. So it's got some really cool history. So we still offer ice cream. It's just real food, whole food based ice cream.
Fantastic. Yeah. So you talk about obviously, you know, food being a big part of obviously healing the body and treating. So why do you feel it's so important that people are really paying attention to and aware of what they're putting in their body when they are working with you or on a healing path?
You know, food is fuel for our body, and the more we recognize and come in tune with how our body feels, we have to explore the power of food in our lives. And it doesn't have to be restricted or full of rules or a lonely journey. We want to celebrate food, and we think that real healthy food can still be delicious and can bring joy to life. But we found that families, either through choice or by necessity, really couldn't find places to go in Calgary and to bring their children or themselves to have a nice healthy treat.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, exploring a little bit more about your menu, because I mean, there's a lot of great ingredients that of course support health in a lot of great ways. So tell me about a few of the key items on the menu and the inspiration behind them.
Well, all of our baking is gluten-free, and we've known over the past several years that gluten is a fairly significant inflammatory mediator for a lot of people, whether they're celiac or not. So we're very proud that people who are looking for gluten-free options can come into Brew and be rest assured that there's no gluten in any of our baking. We also feature grain-free baking, which goes beyond gluten-free, and so our paleo people or people who are following the GAPS nutritional protocol, or just those who are conscious of grains and how they're prepared perhaps, can come in and enjoy a loaf or a cupcake that's made of soaked black beans and all sorts of neat things. So we're very proud of the baking that we offer. We also have bone broth. Brew is a German word for broth. So we're very passionate about bone broth and its healing capability within the body. So we feature it by the cup, or families can take it frozen to go.
Great. And a deeper question about bone broth, just for people who may be wondering what its medicinal properties are or what it's used for. What would you recommend people drink it for, or maybe if they don't want to have it on its own, what else should they have it with?
It's a great question. So modern science is really catching up with traditional wisdom. If we look at traditional cultures around the world, bone broth as a basis for stocks or sauces really was part of dietary cuisine. Now it's making a comeback gratefully, because we recognize that bone broth, which is made from bones from very healthy animals, is a rich source of nutrients. It's full of collagen, gelatin, which helps to heal and seal our gut lining. It's also awesome for the immune system. It's full of minerals. It has glycine, which is an amino acid that is fantastic for our liver and also for our minds. Like, it's great. It's a mood enhancer. So lots of people do enjoy drinking it in a mug with some nice sea salt, but you really can use it in a variety of ways. So young mums will cook their children's vegetables in it. Or for food introduction for babies. It can form a foundation for really making accessible those fat-soluble vitamins that are in vegetables but need fat to access them. So bone broth can be used that way, and of course soups. I mean, it makes the perfect base.
Yes, that sounds amazing. So you not only have the savory bone broth, you have some kind of sweeter, naturally sweetened, of course, drink items on the menu. So you do a butter coffee and you have a hot chocolate. Why don't you share a little bit about those?
Sure. So we do feature butter coffee, which is kind of new to the scene in the last couple years. So it's made with organic beans and grass-fed butter.
Okay.
So butter, much like broth, is making a comeback, both in science and in usage. We recognize now how healing butter is for the body. It's really got a bad rap over the last 30 years with the low-fat movement, which we know now to be very poor science.
Yes.
So we really advocate healthy fats in the diet at our clinic and here at Brew. And grass-fed butter in particular boasts fascinating medicinal properties, medium-chain triglycerides and certain acids that are very healing for the immune system and also blood sugar stabilizing. So people who like butter coffee feel energized and stabilized. So it's a really nice option for those who enjoy their cup of joe.
Yes, and I find a lot of feedback I get from people that try the butter coffee is they don't feel the jitters because again the fats help with the blood sugar and everything. So that's always a bonus. And for those who say maybe can't tolerate dairy or want to stay from the butter, is there any other fat source that you would put into that coffee or that latte?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So coconut oil.
Awesome.
Yeah, which again, same medium chain triglycerides, lauric acid for our immune system. It's a fabulous saturated fat, and there are people that come in and get their butter coffee with coconut oil.
Yeah,
coconut
that would be
coffee.
me. Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And you have a hot chocolate on the menu, which makes me very excited.
Yes.
Who doesn't love hot chocolate?
Everyone loves hot chocolate.
But it's special.
Yeah, so our hot chocolate is actually dairy-free, but you wouldn't imagine it when you try it. It's incredibly rich and creamy because of the cocoa butter.
Oh,
so it's all organic. It's sweetened with coconut palm sugar. It's just outstanding. Organic cocoa and vanilla, and it's lovely.
Sounds
very
amazing.
rich.
You have to.
Delicious.
Everyone needs to come down and try it. So, a lot of really cool things that you have on the menu, and I want to dive in and get into some making and showing some stuff because I'm sure the viewers they want to get their mitts on some of this. So, we will be right back. We're gonna. Well, we're in the kitchen, but we're gonna start making some stuff in the kitchen here right away. So, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Again, we're here at Brew, and I'm here with co-owner Andrea. Again, thanks for having me. So we're going to be making a few things now, and the first thing, liquid gold. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what that is and some of the ingredients in it?
Sure. So liquid gold is one of our favorite medicinal elixirs here at Brew. It's called liquid gold because literally we feel like it's that valuable to the body. It features turmeric, which is a healing spice across the world, across the globe. And if you search PubMed, you will actually find hundreds of research articles that also illustrate the vast medicinal properties of this amazing spice. Most notably is its anti-inflammatory effects in the body. So for people with from arthritis to skin issues to just feeling unwell in general, having a daily dose of turmeric is quite awesome for the body and the mind.
Yes.
Turmeric is very, very, very well known to enhance moods and help depression.
Very, very healing spice.
Very healing spice.
So that's kind of the main star ingredient in this recipe.
Yeah.
And then what are some of the other ingredients that are in this?
Yeah, so we add coconut oil, which is equally as loved by us here at Brew for its immune enhancing properties and metabolic stabilizing properties. So you combine that with turmeric and some wonderful, warming, delicious pumpkin spices, chive spices, and you have really a delicious, delicious drink that is rich and just food for your body.
Yes, liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
So now we're gonna make a butter coffee latte. Sounds really good and warming, especially on a cold day.
Yeah.
So tell me why you use butter, or if someone is dairy intolerant, what would you use instead?
Sure. So our butter coffee latte is kind of an exciting drink here at Brew. It's a twist on the traditional latte. Instead of using cream, we're using 100% grass-fed, grass-finished butter, which boasts some very unique medicinal properties that we're really excited about. Amazing for our immune systems, and very, it's great for metabolism. It helps to stabilize blood sugars, which is a huge issue for the vast majority of the population. So lots of people come in and are quite surprised at how yummy it is because they think, I'm adding butter to my coffee.
Yes.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was just gonna say, for those
Yeah.
that don't want butter or are completely dairy free, then we use coconut oil.
yes, so again, it helps with the blood sugar and again, lots of great health benefits there. So we're gonna be putting some butter in with the coffee, and you talk about organic beans. Why is that important?
Well, coffee beans, much like many other crops, are heavily sprayed. Chemical fertilizers are used on the crops. So we're really cognizant of using ethical beans
Right.
that not only are grown without chemicals, but are fairly traded. So we're very, very passionate about sourcing all of our ingredients here properly, ethically, and of top quality.
And then one last question about the beans. What about mold and coffee beans? Because I hear a lot about there being issues with that.
And that's a huge issue for conventionally raised or conventionally grown rather coffee beans that have a lot of endotoxins and mold on them. So again, another reason to really be careful and to get organic fair trade beans.
Okay, well, great education. Now we know what kind of coffee beans to pick, what kind of butter to pick. So not only do you have some great hot drinks, you also have kombucha here. So, and it's Happy Belly Kombucha, which is a great local company. So why don't you tell me a little bit about, what inspired you to want to bring kombucha in, and explain a little bit about what it is.
Sure. Well, Arnell and I are really inspired by the traditional food movement, and we actually met Victoria, the owner of Happy Belly, at a Weston Price nutritional conference years ago, and then recently just crossed paths again. So it's always been a dream of ours to bring in some traditional fermented beverage to a food establishment. So when we opened Brew, we just thought it can't be perfect without kombucha.
So what are some of the health benefits of kombucha?
So kombucha is a fermented beverage, meaning it is a live beverage, which gives it natural effervescence and carbonation. And so it's either done with black tea or green tea. And the fermentation process, the natural microbes eat away at the sweetener. And then you do a second ferment, which flavors it with, beautiful herbs or flowers or fruit to make it absolutely delicious. In that process of natural fermentation, we get the production of a lot of organic acids, which is really the key medicinal benefit of kombucha. There are active beneficial microbes and probiotics, but the real medicinal kicker for kombucha are the organic acids that are very, very wonderful for our liver and are just really help the body to get rid of toxicity.
And I find it really helps with energy. Helps give me a boost.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And people who are looking for a pop are quite pleased when they try kombucha, and they can't believe this really truly is a delicious, healthy alternative.
It really is. I'm very excited. How about we pour some up?
Sounds good.
So thank you so much for being on the show today and for having us into Brew.
Thank you.
You definitely have to come down and check out Brew and try some of the great things on the menu. And stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.